Simon's Kodachrome, filed for bankruptcy protection. Kodak was long synonymous with camera.
Have you ever wondered how a company that invented the digital camera could still go bankrupt? This is the story of Kodak, a name almost everyone knew. For decades, Kodak was the king of photography. Its yellow and red boxes filled stores, and its cameras were in millions of homes. People trusted Kodak to capture their memories, from family vacations to important life events. But how did a company so big, so trusted, fall from the top? How could they invent the very technology that would change photography forever and still lose everything? In this video, we're going to explore Kodak's rise, its incredible innovations, and the critical choices that led to its downfall. If you love stories about business, technology, and lessons from the past, make sure to subscribe to Meltdown Diaries and hit the like button to support us. Kodak, the birth of a legend. Kodak was started in 1888 by George Eastman. He had one simple goal: make taking photos easy for everyone. Before Kodak, photography was complicated. You needed chemicals, a dark room, and a lot of time to develop pictures. Most people didn't have the tools or knowledge to do this. Eastman wanted to change that. He invented the first camera that came loaded with film. People could take pictures, then send the camera back to Kodak. Kodak would develop the photos and return the camera, ready for more pictures. This made photography simple and fun, and it quickly made Kodak a household name. For much of the 20th century, Kodak seemed unstoppable. It had almost complete control over film, and millions relied on its products. The company earned billions and became a symbol of American innovation. Even the phrase "Kodak moment" became part of everyday language, showing the company's deep impact on how people captured memories. Kodak's golden years. By the mid-1900s, Kodak was growing bigger and stronger. It wasn't just selling cameras and film, it was shaping how people thought about taking photos. Kodak sponsored photography contests, ran educational programs, and even made movies about photography. For many people, taking a picture almost always meant using Kodak. Kodak also went global. Its cameras and film were sold in countries all over the world. To make the experience complete, Kodak built its own labs and stores, so people could easily get their photos developed and enjoy their pictures. Kodak didn't just sell products, it sold memories and experiences. People trusted Kodak to capture their most important moments, from family holidays to life's big events. That trust became Kodak's biggest strength, making it one of the most powerful and loved brands in the world. The birth of digital photography. Here's the surprising twist in Kodak's story. In 1975, a Kodak engineer named Stephen Sasson invented the very first digital camera. It was unlike anything the world had seen. The camera weighed about 8 pounds, used a cassette tape to save images, and took black and white photos at just 0.01 megapixels. By today's standards, that seems tiny and slow, but back then, it was a huge breakthrough. Kodak had discovered a way to take pictures without film, completely changing photography. This invention could have changed the future forever. Kodak had something truly extraordinary in their hands. But instead of embracing it, the company hesitated, saying they didn't promote or push the digital camera. Why? Because digital cameras threatened Kodak's main business, film. The very thing that could have saved Kodak also seemed like a threat to the company they had built for decades. This hesitation would prove costly in the years to come. Fear of eating its own business. Kodak's main source of money was selling film. Every time someone bought Kodak film and had it developed, the company earned a lot. Digital cameras threatened all of that. If people could take photos digitally, they wouldn't need film anymore. Kodak understood this, and it made them nervous. The very invention they created could end the business that had made them rich for decades. Because of this fear, Kodak chose to protect its film business instead of fully embracing digital photography. They filed patents, ran experiments, and studied the market, but they moved slowly and carefully. Kodak thought they had time, believing digital cameras were still far away from becoming popular. But while Kodak hesitated, the world outside was changing quickly. Technology was moving forward, and competitors were ready to take the lead. Kodak's caution would soon cost them their chance to dominate the future of photography. The rise of competitors. While Kodak waited, other companies saw the opportunity and moved fast. Japanese companies like Sony, Nikon, and Canon started creating and promoting digital cameras. These cameras were practical, easy to carry, and simple for anyone to use. People loved them because they could take pictures instantly without waiting for film to be developed. This was something new and exciting. Photos were ready right away, and sharing them became much easier. As more people bought digital cameras, the demand for film started to drop. Kodak had invented digital photography first, but they didn't lead the market. Competitors moved quickly, capturing people's attention and shaping how photography was done in the modern age. People wanted convenience, speed, and the ability to share photos instantly. The digital revolution was happening, and Kodak, once the king of photography, was slowly falling behind. The impact of smartphones. Kodak faced an even bigger challenge with the rise of smartphones. By the early 2000s, phones with built-in cameras became common. Suddenly, people didn't need a separate digital camera anymore. Smartphones were always with them, making it easy to take pictures anytime, anywhere. The way people captured and shared memories was changing fast, and Kodak was too slow to keep up. Smartphones made photography faster, cheaper, and more convenient than ever before. People could take high-quality photos, edit them instantly, and share them online with friends and family. Kodak had invented digital photography first, but they weren't ready for this new world. The company was still focused on selling film and protecting its old business model. Meanwhile, the world around them was moving forward, leaving Kodak struggling to catch up in a market they once ruled. Too late to change. Kodak realized the threat of digital photography and tried to catch up. They launched their own digital cameras, printers, and even online photo services. They wanted to compete in the digital world, but by that time, the market was already full of strong competitors. Companies like Sony, Canon, and Nikon had well-established digital cameras, and smartphones were quickly becoming the go-to choice for casual photography. Kodak was no longer the leader. They were trying to join a race that had already started without them. On top of that, Kodak had another problem: bureaucracy. It was a huge company with many layers of management, which made decision-making slow. Committees and meetings slowed innovation. While other companies acted fast to meet changing technology, Kodak was stuck moving slowly. By the time they made important decisions, the digital market had already moved past them, leaving Kodak struggling to regain its place in a world they once dominated. Financial struggles. As film sales went down, Kodak's money problems grew quickly. The company had spent a lot on film production, factories, stores, and staff. All of these were tied to old technology that people were starting to leave behind. Digital photography was becoming popular, but Kodak wasn't selling enough digital products to make up for the money they were losing from film. Kodak tried to change and survive. They sold some of their patents, introduced new products, and focused on digital services. But nothing could replace the huge profits that film once brought in. The company faced growing losses and a shrinking share of the market. By 2012, Kodak had to file for bankruptcy protection. It was a shocking fall for a company that had once been a leader, a household name, and a symbol of photography around the world. Kodak's story showed how fast industries can change. Lessons from Kodak's fall. Kodak's story gives us important lessons. First, being the best in your field doesn't guarantee survival. Innovation alone isn't enough. You also have to be willing to change. Kodak had the invention that could have kept them on top, but fear of hurting their film business stopped them from taking bold steps. Second, the world changes fast. What seems safe and profitable today can become outdated tomorrow. Kodak thought their film business would last forever. They were wrong. Companies, like people, must adapt to survive. Third, speed matters. Kodak hesitated while competitors moved quickly. In technology-driven markets, being fast and flexible is often more important than inventing first. Waiting too long can let others take the lead. Kodak's legacy. Even after bankruptcy, Kodak still exists, though in a smaller form. Today, the company focuses on printing, chemicals, and licensing its brand. Kodak's story is taught in business schools worldwide as an example of missed opportunity. It shows that creating something new isn't enough. You have to act on it and lead the market. Kodak also reminds us how fast technology can change our lives. The tools and habits we rely on today can quickly become outdated. Their fall is a lesson in humility, adaptation, and the importance of embracing change before it's too late. Cultural impact of Kodak. Even after its decline, Kodak's influence on culture is still strong. The phrase Kodak moment is still used to describe special memories. Kodak cameras and film are collected by enthusiasts and still used by photographers who enjoy traditional methods. So the company's story brings both nostalgia and an important warning. Businesses must evolve with technology or risk being left behind. Kodak's rise and fall also show how industries can change quickly. They once ruled photography, but new ideas and technology shifted the market. Their story teaches us that innovation is not just about inventing. It's also about timing, courage, and the willingness to take risks to stay ahead. So, what can we learn from Kodak's story? How could a company that invented the digital camera fail to survive the digital age? Kodak's hesitation, their fear of losing their film business, cost them the chance to lead the future. By the time they acted, competitors and new technology had already taken over. It's a powerful reminder that resisting change can be more dangerous than change itself. Kodak gave the world unforgettable memories, photos, and incredible innovation. But it also gave a warning. Even the biggest companies can fall if they are afraid to embrace the future. Are we ready to take risks when the world changes around us? How can we avoid making the same mistakes? If you enjoyed this story and want more lessons from history and business, make sure to subscribe to Meltdown Diaries and hit the like button to support us.